Oh, my most fabulous art friends. Today, we're going to be recreating Kandinsky's circles and squares. In order to do this, you're going to need a piece of paper and some crayons. Some friends may choose to start with a pencil so that you can erase later if you would like. That is your choice and up to you. So, when I grab my piece of paper, I'm going to make sure that I'm holding my paper landscape style. That's long ways. Right? Horizontal. I am not going to hold my paper up and down, vertical style, portrait style. I'm going to make sure that my paper goes across, just like that. And I'm going to start by making a line directly across the center of my paper. I'm not going to use a ruler because my line does not have to be perfectly straight. That's not real art, my friends. I'm going to press nice and hard on my crayon so I have a nice solid line that goes across my paper. In order for my paper not to move, I'm actually going to put it in my little clipboard right here. Not something you need to do at home. You might just use your hand to hold your paper in place. But this is how it works for Miss Fontaine when she makes videos. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a line that goes down the center of my paper. I'm not going to measure. I'm not going to find the exact center. I'm going to use my eye and see where it looks to be the center of the paper. And again, a nice, solid, dark black line going straight down my paper. I'm going to separate each of these sections in half by also creating another black line that goes right down the center. Now I've created Kandinsky's squares. Time to add the circles. The circles that he creates are concentric circles. What that means is they are circles inside of circles inside of circles. So you can start by making the smallest circle or the largest circle. That's your choice. I'm going to start with the largest circle because I like to fill my space as much as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make a big, giant circle. I'm going to make another one inside of it and even another one inside of that. In each square, I can have a different number of circles. This one's going to be even bigger than that one. And it's going to have just that guy right there. I don't have to create this in a pattern. But what I should remember is that every section I create, I am going to have to add color to. As I go through each section, just seeing how many circles I can make inside of each square. You might want to make the same number of circles in each of your squares, or you may want to do it a little bit differently like Miss Fontaine. Please remember, you do not have to copy Miss Fontaine's work exactly. You can create it your own unique way because you are your own unique artist. Now, after I've created all of those circles inside of all of those squares, it's time to add color. When Kandinsky created this, he used very bright colors, and it was sort of an experiment of different colors put together that he enjoyed using. So Miss Fontaine's crayons are all in this big bag right there. We're going to dump all those out. There we go. And I'm going to pick out some colors that I'd like to see together so I can think of how they might go together. So I really like this violet. Violet's another name for purple. And I love this blue-green. And I like the yellow. And I wonder how these three colors might look together. So let's see. I'm going to color inside. By coloring in a circular motion, I'm able to color in that space a little bit quicker. Now it gets a little bit harder here, but Miss Fontaine actually likes to color in big giant circles and then go around and fill in the space that I did not get to color. Oops, broke my crayon. That's okay. You can continue to love all of your crayons, even if they are broken, they still work just the same. Making sure that I'm filling my space. We don't want to leave big, giant white spaces in there. I want to completely color in every section of my paper. Making sure to get all of that. I can always press a little bit harder on my crayon to make a darker color. Some people may choose to use markers for this assignment or colored pencils. Some may even decide that they'd like to paint. These are your choices. Please make sure that an adult knows what art materials you are using. You want to make sure that we're not just taking out things and using them that we're not allowed to be using. We do want to try to color in the same direction. That means keeping my lines going in the same way. Sometimes when you get to the edges of your paper, that's going to get a little bit trickier, and you might have to turn the way the crayon is moving. I'm making sure that I'm filling the entire space. Now that I've filled one section, I could continue to use these three colors in a different manner in each spot. For example, the purple is the background here. Maybe the purple is the tiny circle there. But thinking back to the original that I had shared, there's lots of different colors and there's not a specific pattern to any of that. So that is really your choice on how you add color. Let's see a little bit of magic right about now. And as I finish up here, you'll notice that Miss Fontaine has added colors into every section of my drawing. My colors are not all the same, and unfortunately, due to the glare, you can't really see all of them, but every single section is colored. I've made sure that the same color isn't right next to one another. They're not touching one another. But you get a really cool idea of how cool these Kandinsky concentric circles look when they are completed. I cannot wait to see yours. Have fun, my friends.